Julian's a jerk in like a lot of ways, in like a lot of ways that I can be. You're definitely an asshole. Like these things are not in dispute, but they're also totally irrelevant, right? They're completely irrelevant. The reason that you're effective is the same reason that they consider you an asshole because you raise your voice, you care about things, you want to be heard. You think that somebody could have done what Julian did, which is fuck so hard with the CIA and the military industrial complex and the most powerful corporations on earth if he was just like a nice guy who kind of was just like a retiring personality? No, he it like
Facts. That's true. That's a fact. That's true. And a lot of the billionaires, a lot of the millionaires, a lot of lawyers, they are a-holes because you can't do certain jobs unless you're hardcore, unless you can put your feelings aside and just focus, on what you need to get. And business people that are successful, a lot of them are like that. Are there nice, successful business people, nice people who succeed? Yes, of course, there are. But most of the people and in certain category, in certain fields, you have to be an a-hole.
they go, they're inextricably linked. But this is what I was saying just a minute ago in that last answer was if you're on the left and you have two choices. One is to try and think about how to fuck with Wall Street like that Reddit group just did, or to blow holes open in the walls of the NSA or the CIA like Edward Snowden and Julian Assange did, or try and take down the monopoly power of Silicon Valley, like a lot of hardworking people are doing who care about those issues, including your good friend Matt Stoller. That's one way you can go. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of risk. It's very difficult to figure out how to do that. Or you can just like devote yourself to like internet gossip and bullshit chatter and like trivial personality disputes. That is super easy. And it's also profitable. People love to like hate. You stimulate hatred. Fuck Jimmy Dore. Fuck Jimmy Dore. Look what he said. He put this guy on his show. What does that have to do with politics? You claim that you're interested in the working class. You claim you're interested in people's lack of health
Look at Jimmy Dore face, a little bit smug there. He's like, yeah, thank you, thank you. Keep going.
care coverage and people's inability to
Look at
get
his
jobs,
face.
they have to live at home, their communities are ravaged by joblessness and you're talking about Jimmy fucking Dore and whether or not he's a good guy or whether or not you like him instead of the strategy that he pioneered that caused a huge debate about how to bring.
And I think I know who he's telling that to. Hold on. Yeah, he's talking about who's he talking about? The Young Turks, because that's one of the things that Anna Kasparian said. Now, one of the things that Jimmy Dore said too was that Cenk agreed with him, and it's true because Cenk did tweet something that agreed. Cenk, he did tweet that he agreed with Jimmy Dore, and then Anna said that she didn't agree with him, or that she agreed with that, but there was some ulterior motive that he had, and that she was a little bit skeptical about his motives and the way he talked. And then they went off on him because, and then Jen came in and started saying that he didn't agree with it. And Jimmy Dore said that Jen did that because of Anna Kasparian, that he cares for her or whatever. I don't think that that's true. He wasn't defending Anna Kasparian because A, Anna doesn't need anyone to defend her, and B, uh, Jen and Anna have fought a lot too. And really, that's another reason why I used to watch The Young Turk. I still watch it. I don't say why I watched The Young Turk. It was because they used to argue. And I liked that. I liked the fact that, she worked for him and she was able to, go against his opinion. And there were real arguments, unless they're great actor and actresses, which I doubted. Um, and then the other thing too is that then they were saying that Jimmy Dore was an a-hole because of the way he talked in one Zoom conference that they had, that he was screaming and cussing. I agree with Jimmy Dore when he said, but that's how Cenk is. And actually that is the allure. That's why a lot of us got caught up watching the Young Turks because we love the way he felt that passion that he showed, his anger. So I I totally agree with Jimmy Dore in this sense. I believe that a lot of people don't like, they want nice guys. They want somebody to talk softly, to give it to you. Like, and most of these people could never be in the military. It's like when you go through basic training. When you're in basic training, you're not told, "Could you please run down this way?" You're cussed. You're yelled at. They destroy you. They insult you. They bring you down, and then they bring you up again. But anyhow, the messenger and how the message is said should not be important. It's the message that count. But most of us human beings, and I'll include myself because sometimes I tune out when I hear people yelling and screaming. But that's not how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be able to listen to get the message, the important thing, regardless of how they say it. And the Young Turks shouldn't be talking about Jimmy Dore screaming because they do it too.
If you're doing that, you are an absolute and complete and total coward and a fraud. You're doing that because you need to fill your YouTube shows and your columns and your Twitter feed with content that keeps people interested, but like you're stimulating the most primitive, primal emotions of people that are totally easy to stimulate, but that are completely meaningless to stimulate.
So, yeah, he's right in that sense. Um, I'm guilty of it too. We all like gossip. We're like, ooh, the back and forth, especially if it doesn't affect us directly. And this, in a sense, it doesn't, but in the in the grandiose scheme, yes, it does. Because had maybe the Young Turks put pressure on AOC, maybe she would have listened. Maybe she would have pushed it. Maybe they could have gone and say, you know what, he's right. You need to push for this Medicare for all. Now, we're not there in Congress, so we don't know what's going on. All I know is, as a voter, as a person who supported her financially and voted, I mean, not voted for her, but asked people to vote for her, that the reason we did that was because we wanted her to fight the establishment. We wanted her to get through the status quo. And this was one of the chances that she has. The reason why she didn't do it, it's what she explained, the reason she gave was not enough. Was not enough. And again, the minimum wage is like, yeah, I mean, why can't you do both? And yes, and then when they come out and did it, it's for in 5 years. So I'm tired, you know. It is what it is. I don't want to give up. I'm hoping that we can form a third party, a fourth party, a fifth party. No, what I'm hoping is that we can go and take those parties to debate. That's what I'm hoping. That the media, that the establishment gives them the same opportunity that the Democrats and the Republicans have. But in that sense, the Young Turks are right when they say we need to take money out of politics. We need to take money out of politics. Simple. Simple as that. We cannot allow them to be giving money to these politicians who, once they become the senator, the congresswoman, the congressman, the president, the vice president, they're going to do what they want. They're going to do what they want. That's just common sense. If you pay me, I'm indebted to you. So later on, if you're asking me for another favor, even if I pay you back, I'm going to think it because I'm going to be like, okay, well, you paid me or you gave me money when I need it. That's human nature. Very few people can say, okay, you know what? No, you gave me the money, but it was so that I can win. Now you cannot be asking me to be giving you the policies that you want just because you gave me money and you gave me money because of the policies that because that's another thing. What were you promoting? What was your goal? What were you running on? $2,000, where are they? What were you running on? No, you were not going to do Medicare. He said it. Bernie didn't hold him. He didn't hold him to that. He didn't push them. He didn't force him to do it, which he had a chance before he gave him and gave him his support because he had the caucuses. He had us. And he was afraid of Donald Trump winning. And in a way, he was right. Because if all the people who were Democrats and like me and people who were not Democrat but became Democrat because of Bernie Sanders and then left, if they would have voted for another person, if they would have not voted at all, then Donald Trump would have won. Because why? The Republicans were not going to, the citizens, the Republican citizens, were not going to back out. They were going to vote for him. So anyhow, this is a little rant, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about politics. I do like these guys. I don't care. I'll listen to, because I listen to everything. I also listen to people that I don't agree with. I listen to Ben Shapiro. I listen to Fox News. I I want to get the truth. I want to hear as much as I can, and then make my own decision. And my decision right now is the system is rigged, and George Carlin was right. It's a big club, and we're not part of it. We're not part of it, and we're not going to get anything until we're able to put more political party in the same line, all of them debating with different policy, with different ideology, so that we can choose. And also, if we can get rid of the republic, that's another thing. Is that going to happen in my lifetime? I doubt it. I don't think that that's going to happen. Hopefully, in 50 or 60 years from now, maybe 100 years from now, Americans will wake up and say, wait a minute, why do we have a republic? Let's have a real democracy. We don't need the electoral college. It's not needed anymore. That was done before, so people pay for it to keep the slave owners so that they could vote, so that they can have their say, and two, so that also because a lot of people were illiterate back then and they couldn't read, so they needed someone to interpret it, who they wanted to vote for. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that. We have a lot of information, too much sometimes I say, but we have it, that we can get it out. And if we have all the political parties, not just two, but all political party debating in all platforms, social medias and the television and the radio, then we're made. Then we can make our choices and let the best men win. Let the man that we want or the woman that we want win. But no, it's not like that. And as long as it's like this, it's going to be the billionaires and the corporations. They're the ones who are going to win. Thank you. If you came to the end of this rant, please go ahead and subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.